Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cryptids and Critters Paranormal. I'm your host, the Dooster. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever missed somebody so bad that they were all you thought about day at a time, day in and day out, and you would do anything possible to actually see them one more time, even though they lived a long way away from you? Well, that's what this story is leading up to. It is a true story. I'm going to give you a few little things that kind of led up to this. Anyway, my youngest daughter, Nikki, and my son-in-law, Bill, they got married, and they had a baby girl named Lily. Well, Bill actually enlisted in the military, and after his basic training, they sent him to Iraq. And while he was deployed, Nikki and Lily lived with us here at the house. I made them up their own little bedroom, and all they had their own bedroom. But anyway, I got attached to Lily like you wouldn't believe. I mean, she was, just all the time. I was just, messing with her. I was holding her, bouncing her around, and anyway, we got real close. But anyway, he got deployed. Bill got transferred to Washington State and to Fort Lewis, Washington. And it tore, when they moved, that day they moved, it tore me up. I cried and cried and cried for hours at a time. I mean, it just tore me. Everything that reminded me I seen that brought back memories of Lily, it just set me off again. And I was just devastated, you might say. So anyway, I thought, well, there's got to be some way I can do this. I know I can't afford it because it's a long flight. I did send Dolores out there a time or two to kind of check on them and see everybody and let me know how they were doing, but I couldn't afford to take off work. I didn't have the time built up or the funds available to buy a ticket either. So I stayed home while Dolores went out there and visited with them. So anyway, I thought there's got to be some way I can do this. So I kind of did some reading up on some Astral Projection, and I actually bought a book and I read it from cover to cover, studied it a lot, and it said you had to get real relaxed, just almost to the point of falling asleep, and that was my problem. Every time I get that relaxed, I would fall asleep and wake up without anything happening. I went through all the steps they said, picture yourself walking down beside a little creek through the woods or something like that, and listening to the rustling of the leaves and the rushing of the water, and lay down in the cool, wet, cool, damp moss, stuff like that, and just get relaxed. Well, I never could get that relaxed without falling asleep. So anyway, one night I dreamed that I was in a school playground, and that we had the big old metal A-framed swing sets with the long chains, and the big metal heavy metal seats, stuff like that on them, like we had when I went to school as a child. I was in this swing, and I was swinging back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I get a little higher each time. I get a little higher, and finally, about the time the swing was about ready to go over the top of the swing set, I leaped out. And when I landed, it wasn't on the playground. I was standing at the door of their apartment in Washington, D.C. And how I knew that, I had no idea. Evidently, their address must have been etched in my mind or something. But anyway, I went in the apartment. I don't know how I got in through a locked door, but I did go through the door, and I walked up into Lily's bedroom, and she was laying there in her baby bed, and she was awake. So I read her a story, one of those about the llama, like llama mad at mama, one of them books kind of like that. We played hide and seek there in her room, and we sang a couple, 3 songs, and she loved that little song, The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round. I sang that to her several times, In fact, when I would call them up on the phone, uh, either before that and even after that, I'd have Nikki put the phone up to her ear, and I would sing that to her. But anyway, we sang, we did that, and I stayed a good little while. And then all of a sudden, bam, I jump awake, and I'm back in my bed again. And I feel even worse afterwards because here I am missing her even more than what I was to start with. So anyway, I went on, got up, went to work, and like I said, I was missing her so bad it was even worse that morning. It was pitiful. And I got a phone call later that day, and it was my daughter Nikki, and she said, "Hey, Papa," Celeste was asking about you this morning. And I said, "Well, what was she wanting?" She said, "Well, she wanted to know where you were at." And she said, "I told her that you was at home." She says, "No, he can't be at home." Says, "He was here with me last night." So we played hide and seek. He read a book to me, and we sang the bus song, "Wheels on the Bus." But there's no way, I don't know. It's wild. I don't know. I feel it happened, and I just kind of wanted to share that with you. One of the only times I have actually astral projected, as far as I know. I don't think we both had the same dream at night. I don't think, but anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Just kind of rambling on a little bit, and I just kind of wanted to share that with you. And anyway, if you don't mind, subscribe to my channel. Give me a like. Share it with your friends. Maybe I can get my subscriber list up a little bit more. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. And again, this is the Dooster with Cryptids and Critters Paranormal. And I will talk at you later. Have a good day.